So it's been a few weeks since Dream League Soccer 2024 came out, which means I've had enough time to form my opinions on this year's update. So here is my 100% honest review of this year's update, and fair warning, my final rating might actually surprise you. So let's get this review started by talking about the generic features that they add every single year. In this new update, the UI is now changed back to blue and pink themed, which I think looks good. I feel like the colors complement each other quite nicely. Otherwise, the menus look mostly the same, which I think is fine. There's no need to change the menus every single year. That way it gets confusing. As for the graphics changes, I am definitely enjoying the much more crisp looking graphics in the game, whether it be in the stadium, the players, or just the new animations. Having the dedicated celebration for players whenever they score a hat trick was just a really nice touch, and I really enjoyed it. Dream League Soccer 2024 also added Spanish commentary, which I think is great for the game, and I'm sure the Spanish-speaking community really appreciates it. Which brings me to the last thing I want to mention before talking about the main features of this update, which is the new kit templates. I love how it seems like we're getting new kit templates every year, even if they do cost a fortune. Alright, so now that the generic features are out of the way, let's get into the more prevalent features of this update. In Dream League Soccer 2024, there are new advanced skills that you can use while playing. They are close control, knock ahead, and secondary press. And I think as an overall idea, this feature is good, but in terms of execution, it kind of falls flat. Now, I could just be bad at the game and haven't realized the defending potential of secondary pressure, but it hasn't seemed like my opponents have been using secondary pressure either. All secondary pressure really does is bring another defender to the ball to add extra pressure, except they don't actually steal the ball. They kind of just like hang around the player who has the ball without actually doing anything, making the added pressure flat out useless. And then the other added skill that I most likely will never use online is close control. Now, I will admit that I could find a use for it, maybe if you're trying to draw a penalty in the box, or you don't have any passing options and you really just need to keep the ball for a moment. So in that way, I think close control might be a little bit more comparable to a skill move, because how often do you actually use skill moves online? Almost never, right? So for that reason, I'm not going to complain about the new advanced skill moves. I'm happy that they're going with this direction, adding more things in the gameplay wise. Because from the results of them trying, one of the 3 skill moves that they added was actually useful, and I enjoy quite a lot. I honestly think that the knock ahead dribbling is a great new addition that I feel truly fits the Dream League Soccer playstyle, which is why I like it so much. I have no notes for it. Now, as for my opinions for the clear new style of gameplay in Dream League Soccer 2024, I think it's fine. Not good, not bad, just fine. Like, at the end of the day, you are still playing Dream League Soccer, so I can't criticize it too hard, but there are a few things that still bother me. For starters, free kicks are now less predictable and thus harder to score. Now, it has been a whole year of easy to score free kicks, so I have no idea if they're still easier to score compared to Dream League Soccer 2022, but compared to Dream League Soccer 2023, free kicks are just impossible. Of course, it is annoying having this transfer with the new year, but if I'm being honest, this doesn't bother me that much. Sure, I liked being able to feel good about myself and score free kicks, but maybe they were just too easy in Dream League Soccer 2023, and they needed to make an adjustment for maybe some more realism, because I'm pretty sure free kicks in real life aren't that easy to score. I also heard many complaints that overall online gameplay is just worse, and I mean, I could see why. It's clear that players, and especially defenders, watch the ball go past them a lot more in Dream League Soccer 2024, which can get annoying pretty quickly, but you know what? You do get used to it after a while, and you know, I'm not too upset about this, okay? I can understand why people feel like this, but I mean, I've been playing Dream League Soccer for 3 weeks now, and I've gotten used to it, okay? It kind of just becomes second nature. Corners and headers in general are also harder to score, just like free kicks. This change, I guess, is fine. Like, how many times did you actually get a header chance in online? And you know what? Scoring corners might have been a little bit too overpowered before, so you know what? It's fine. Again, like, it's not the best change ever, and I'm also not mad about it. It's just fine. Dream League Soccer 2024 also changed penalties a little bit, making them a lot less predictable. This was a problem back in Dream League Soccer 2023, and they addressed it, which was great. Penalties were way too easy to predict, and now they're a little bit harder. So, you know what? I can appreciate that. And the last thing I thought I'd mention about gameplay is that long shots and just finishing in general, I find harder, especially for lower rated players. It seems like every single time I'm aiming for a specific corner of the net, they end up shooting it and missing the net completely, which gets annoying very quickly. So then what becomes the alternative is to just shoot directly at the keeper, which is like a 50-50 chance whether or not they're going to save it. And again, that's also very annoying. And then that finishing logic also carries over to long shots. You can't really aim for corners anymore for long shots. They just miss. And you know what? Maybe that's just a little bit more realistic, making the game more realistic. But you know what? I like long shots, and I'm kind of sad that they made them worse. Alright, it is now time to talk about the new challenges. First, I want to say that I love that they finally added a new Season Pass exclusive side to challenges. Season Pass owners can now get even more rewards than they were before by completing challenges, and I just think that's awesome. For the longest of time, I've been saying that the Season Pass needs more exclusive rewards to be more enticing to purchase, and well, here it is, and it's just amazing. It's just an amazing sight to see. I just can't believe it. And not only that, but regular and new weekly challenges now reward season points on top of their existing rewards. This means that the game finally functions like every other game, where you actually gain season pass tiers by completing challenges. It's a miracle, right? This is basically exactly how I envision Season Pass to be, with the exception of slightly longer seasons, but you know what, I'll let that go for now, just because this was such a big improvement, and yeah, I'm super glad to see it. And what's crazier is that First Touch Games didn't stop there. They added weekly challenges as well as Dream League Live challenges. This means more rewards for completing challenges in the game, as well as more challenges to complete when the Season Pass is maxed and the daily challenges are completed. Now, some of these challenges can be a little bit long to complete, but you know, you do have a week. That's a lot of time, right? Dream League Live challenges, on the other hand, do last the entire season and are probably my least favorite out of the bunch, but I still think they are very good challenges. My only criticism is that Dream League Live challenges are kind of outrageous. Like, who in their right mind wins 150 Dream League Live games in one season? Like, that's ridiculous. But with all that being said, just remember that these challenges weren't here before, and any extra reward for completing a select few challenges is a blessing for progression. Just accept the extra rewards they give you for playing Dream League Live. Don't necessarily try to win 150 Dream League Live games in one season. That would just completely destroy me. I would probably quit the game if I tried to do that. This whole remake they did with the challenges really got me excited to try and play the game from the beginning again, and is definitely my favorite part of this update. There seems like a clearer progression structure now, and players know more about how to progress since the rewards are laid out right in front of them in the challenges. Bravo First Touch Games for this one. But hold your horses, okay? Because this update was definitely not all sunshine and rainbows, because I haven't talked about Dream Draft yet. Dream Draft as a concept itself is great. Having the ability to draft a team and use that team to win rewards is great. But all that positive feedback I just gave doesn't even matter, because you know what? You have to pay real money to actually play it. What a troll. Imagine locking your amazing new feature for Dream League Soccer 2023 behind a paywall. Like, that's insane. Now, I get it, okay? You can't make the rewards in Dream Draft agents or coaches because you already get those in events. There's too much similarity. You also can't make Dream Draft against opponents online because events are online and there's too much similarity. So the only other option is to make the rewards gems, since coins are too boring, and have them play against the CPU, which we all know won't be difficult to win against. So if the player is basically going to win the gold medal every single time and win the large gem prize, how do we price it? Well, it certainly can't be coins, because coins would be too cheap for that large gem reward. And it's not going to be gems, because why would you spend gems in order to get more gems? That just doesn't make sense. So you guessed it, the only other option they had was to price it for real money. At least that's what I think went down at First Touch Games. I mean, I'm only guessing. The huge problem is that many, if not the majority, of Dream League Soccer players are free to play and don't spend money on the game. So why would you prevent the majority of your player base from playing a brand new and exciting feature of the game? It doesn't make sense. Maybe if it were like a one-time purchase and now you unlock unlimited entries to Dream Draft, but no. It's literally pay per entry, man. You only get that experience once when the time you paid. Now, since you're basically guaranteed the gold medal, since all your matches are against the CPU, this mode has basically become how to convert real money into gems. But newsflash, that already exists. It's called the store. And what's even crazier is, assuming that you win the gold medal in Dream Draft that costs $4, you win 120 gems. So that is 30 gems per dollar. This is literally the exact same ratio you get for the lowest gem bundle in the store. It is literally useless. So people aren't even paying for a Dream Draft to get a better price on gems for the price of playing through games. No, it's the exact same, and they're paying for the experience of the draft. Like, is this a joke? Like, maybe if there was some way to earn Dream Draft tokens for free, like from an event or like a challenge, then maybe I would think more highly of this feature. But like, now I just feel disappointed. Now, maybe I'm overreacting here, but this feature just doesn't make sense to me how it is right now. I would have honestly just rathered it work like events where you just pay coins to enter and you win coaches and stuff and you play online. Like, maybe if it was just a type of event, it would have just been better than what they have right now. But okay, that concludes my rant about Dream Draft. Now let's talk about super agents, and I'm not very impressed, to say the least. This was a feature mentioned in the update notes on the App Store, but never mentioned in the game, so originally I wasn't even sure if they existed. However, a couple days later, I kept seeing videos of people opening super agents on YouTube and Reddit, so I knew they existed in the game. I just have never seen them. Now, this was a new feature that I suggested in the past, and I was pretty glad to see that they were actually included in the game. But my only problem, if it weren't for YouTube or Reddit, I wouldn't even know they were in the game in the first place. I mean, I guess that means they are incredibly rare, but I don't see the reason why they need to be incredibly rare. They already cost more gems than the regular legendary agent, so you're already, like, there's already a trade-off there. They don't have to be extremely rare. What I actually originally wanted was for super agents to be won as a reward to an event or at the end of the paid season pass, but that just doesn't seem to be the case right now. Right now, they are just a hidden feature that very few will notice and even less will buy, since they are still an agent and not worth your gems anyway. I still think the Dream Draft feature was worse than this one, but this feature still did make me sad. There was a lot more potential that they could have had with super agents, and they just decided to make it super rare for some reason. So there you have it. Those were my 100% honest opinions on this year's update. Now, normally I would discuss some of my final hot takes about this update, but I feel like I voiced enough of my opinions and I can save those hot takes for later. What I can say is that they're very similar to last year's hot takes, so you can just watch that video. So back to this video, let's end it off with a final rating out of 10. Dream League Soccer 2024 offered a way better progression system with weekly and season pass challenges and added new gameplay features, making it more interesting. With that being said, Dream Draft was definitely a massive disappointment, and not all gameplay changes were positive. So with all that information that I talked about in this video, I am going to be giving Dream League Soccer 2024 a final rating of 7 out of 10. Now, before you go rush to the comment section to disagree with me, saying, oh no, it deserves a way lower rating, what are you doing rating it 7 out of 10? Just hear me out, okay? Because remember, going into Dream League Soccer 2024, we all had fairly low expectations, and I feel like the update that they delivered in terms of its features was just a lot, like, it was just above my expectations. Like, the whole challenges rework combined with the new gameplay features would have been enough for me, but First Touch Games went above and beyond and added Dream Draft. Even if Dream Draft is kind of useless and a scam labeled by many of you guys, at least it lays down like the framework of a good feature, right? Because who's to say that the way Dream Draft works right now is permanent? They could always change it. You know, they've changed scenarios as well as daily challenges in the past, as well as the season pass now. So there's always room for improvement here, and I think having the baseline of Dream Draft is very solid. Even if it's not good right now, I think it could be good later. So that was my reasoning of giving it a 7 out of 10. I definitely do think it was a better update than last year's and the year before's, so yeah, I think I have to give it a 7. But if you still disagree, you can go ahead to the comments, and if you agree with my opinions on things, also let me know in the comments down below, and let me know if I've missed anything, and all that good stuff. But for now, thank you guys for watching my Dream League Soccer 2024 review, and I'll see you guys in the next one.